What's up you guys, this is Junior Trader and in this video we are taking a look at Nvidia stock. So guys, today we have a green candle. Has the structure become bullish again? Or are we still in that downtrend that Nvidia has broken some structures for over last couple of days, right? Or are we just choppy? So we'll talk about all of that in this video. I did a morning update as well, so check that out. In just case you may not need to anymore because this video will cover everything, but let's talk through the things. So we'll identify what type of plays that could come on Nvidia tomorrow and day after that this whole week, and also how the options data is looking like. I'll talk about that as well. So there's a lot of important things that we're talking. So with that, please note, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes. I'm just sharing my opinion here, guys, nothing more than that, okay? All right, so on the daily interval, Nvidia is below 20 days moving average. It is above 50 days moving average and still is above the support of distribution phase. So we are in the choppiness, guys. The thing is that because we have overhead resistances and we have support at the bottom. Break on either side will give us the massive direction. Until then, you have to trade it very carefully, intradays only. All right. We do have to jump onto the hourly interval to talk a lot of the things here. So I was talking about that if Nvidia can regain today 876 and can close above this level, we may start to look bullish again going in tomorrow. And right now we closed below that. However, in the post market, we are not too far away from it, right? We are just scraping the bottom of that because this was the pivot. Once we lost, we went lower. However, in the rebound that's where we started rejecting. You can see today we had, if I take it to the 5 minutes interval, we had so much rejection around this area, but Nvidia just tried to keep its momentum to the upside. This is sort of trend line that it was following for the day. Now that's pretty much the game, guys, on the hourly interval, and this is on intraday. If tomorrow Nvidia recaptures 876 again and above that, and also gets above 200 hours moving average, this thing has a room to test again $906. All right. However, if it rejects 876 and 200 hours moving average, it can come down tomorrow again to 859. Yes, these are only intraday plays based off of where the price would react, okay, where it would react to these levels. This 877 is the level you got to be watching with 200 hours moving average. This area is so important for the price action and reaction, and then a move in the following. Well, if it rejects, then it's gonna continue lower. You can also look at a couple of things on actually 5 minutes. If you are looking for some downside play, I would suggest that that downside play can also start happening as it's break below 868. That's the zone to watch on this, okay? So yeah, 868 and below, downside play intraday. 876, 7 and above start to become long, also above 200 hours moving average, and in between just kind of stay away of it. If you start to see support forming at 868, if it pulls back, this could also be another long entry zone, but make sure you are above this 200 moving average on 5 minutes interval. Something to check for, okay? Now going back to the hourly interval, speaking of the trend here, guys, this is the thing that you can expect choppiness between 20 days moving average and 50 days moving average. If I just purely talk technicals here, we haven't technically regained $876 level. So this is the whole game thing right now. Below this, it's still just right now a rebound in the downtrend, which is just a very recent new downtrend. If it continue lower, then expect lower. Otherwise, yeah, this is the breakout structure to the upside for intraday at least. Swing, I'm not going to talk swing right now because I don't want to open swing on Nvidia up here, because when the whole market is selling off, QQQ is selling off, look at it on the daily interval actually. When QQQ is selling off, showing us the signals that it can go much lower, and so is SPY selling off, showing us the signals that it can go much lower. I don't really want to open up a swing position to the upside on any of the stocks right now, especially these big cap stocks. These are the the ones that I expect may continue with the market lower. But yeah, you got the level 868 on the hourly interval and also on the daily 859. It could be also argued that as if we break above this guy's level of 876 and 200 hours moving average, this on daily can still form a pivot. I know we have lost the pivot on the intraday, but on daily this can still be argued as a pivot as long as we hold this, and on intraday level we can confirm tomorrow above 877 or $876 level and above 200 hours moving average. Okay, so that's something you have to keep in mind. There's a difference in how you would trade based on your swing positions, intraday positions, and intraday plays. We already broke this level, right, 877, but just for the reasons that we are trying to recapture, with some structural still support holding at around 850 with these areas, you have to take into account this for the confirmation above 876 and above 200 hours moving average. But anyways, guys, the thing is that it's going to stay choppy. This is in the choppy phase. Trading is going to be difficult in these situations. If you want to completely avoid it, avoid it. But in these situations, you will really test your skills of trading with your stop losses, intraday trading, level trading. In uptrend or downtrend, it's easy to trade, right? It's in the distribution phase where you will build your skills on trading, because it disciplines you on your stop losses, position sizing, portfolio management, where you have to go in and out, how to do the technicals. It really teaches you quite a lot, okay, on the distribution phase. Okay, so that's with Nvidia. If you ask junior trader, what's your sentiment? Guys, in the choppy direction, I would just suggest with the levels. The either direction the level breaks, that's the move we gotta take. I talked to you about already. Right now, I'm 50-50 in either direction, because in choppy market, I'm 50-50 always. And I don't have a confirmation on either direction. It's just the levels as they break, as I talked about on both sides. You can rewind the video to see those, to check again those levels and the areas to watch. According to that is all my sentiment would develop for tomorrow. Yeah, it's very important to be flexible in the market as the structure evolves. Okay, so that's your Nvidia. I did QQQ and SPY already with tech stocks on my channel. Check that out, those videos. I'm not going to talk about QQQ and SPY here. I did AMD and SMCI as well. Check those videos out on my channel. Also, I did Tesla. Okay, I want to take you to the options data on Nvidia. Bright green is the calls opens interest from today, bright red is from today or puts interest, and then the dark red is from yesterday puts and day before, but it's just for yesterday, the data I have here, and the dark green is from yesterday as well. And white line here is today's closing price, and the gray line here is the yesterday's closing price. So interestingly, I'm seeing more puts density still and less of calls density. However, we do have some huge spikes on calls at $900 still. All right, so, and we have some spikes setting at 950. So let's see if this price is going to be pushed to make these, because I'm not seeing any other calls down here. I'm not seeing any other calls in this area, right? There's puts density for sure, but not calls density, but there's an outlying call spike here. So again, options doesn't tell you where the price is going to go. It just tells you where the traders are betting, right? So yeah, just something interesting to see. So right now these puts are being cooked for sure. Yeah, so you see, right, like over the course of weeks, you can see when we have more calls, price goes lower. When we have more puts, price goes higher. Look at the game, guys. So that's why I have heard people losing a lot of money in options trading. I personally don't trade options. I just like to see this data for just to see, okay, where the traders are betting. I like to trade with the shares, and I just do my technical trading. And you have seen all the stop losses that I take. I had my profit targets as well that I take, all of that, right? I just purely do it technical basis. I don't trade options, but I just like to cover that data just because it's interesting to see where the traders are betting, how the price is reacting to the options and all of that. Not necessarily price primarily reacting to the options, but just to see most of the time how many of the calls or puts just go worthless, right? And where are these outlying spikes? You see anomalies here, right? So things like that. Okay, dokie, guys. Well, that's it for this video. If you found it helpful and valuable, hit the like, subscribe, and with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.